What up YouTube? It's me, your favourite today. Sorry, still got a bit of the frog throat. This one's going to be a pro wrestling one. So anybody eBay reseller or anything like that won't be interested in this one. This is just basically a review from the predictions that I did for Hell in a Cell a couple of weeks ago. To be fair, I can't remember what predictions I did, but I'm just going to say I got them all right anyway. Man, I hope this goes off soon. Sorry about the vlogs this week. It has really been the fact that I've felt like absolute cack for the last, it's going to be about 3 or 4 days, so bear with me. Hopefully I'll be better soon. Right, Hell in a Cell. Overall, I enjoyed it. I always enjoy a good wrestling pay-per-view. I think it was better than any of the SmackDown. Sorry, I must have been it. I haven't. Hold on. I think it's better than any of the SmackDown pay-per-views that have been on. But I didn't think they outdid Clash of Champions. I thought Clash of Champions was far better than Hell in a Cell. So the first match was Rusev versus Roman Reigns inside the cell. I think I went in my predictions. I had Roman to win. I should have watched my last video before. I think I had Roman to win. I think it was the most obvious. Put on Twitter, I enjoyed Rusev versus Roman Reigns. A bit long and slow, but still entertaining. Roman can take a spear like a boss. Yeah. I'll go into the other Cell match later on, but yeah, these new age Hell in a Cell matches, because they're so restricted on what they can do, with there being no blood or, you know what I mean, it's got to be very put through a table, hit a chair across the back. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against it, you know what I mean, the safety of the wrestlers is the most important thing, but when it comes to a Hell in a Cell, the Hell in a Cells get taken to a point where they're kind of dragged out to make them seem spectacular, but there's not a lot you can do with them. So that's what I meant. Yeah, it was dragged out of it. It was entertaining in parts, but very slow. And I think you have to do that with the Hell in a Cell match, because you have to be in that cage. You have to use the cage. Yeah, Roman won. There was a nice spot with the chain across the mouth on the stairs, which I don't understand. It's like, I'd say that was really violent. I would take that as really violent, getting a chain across someone's mouth and pulling back. But you can't. I don't know. You can't do certain things. I thought that was a pretty violent picture, seeing that chain across the throat. But I thought it was a good match. Roman won the end. I put in another tweet, Rusev can nearly take as good a spear as Christian, for benching Christian. I hope they get Rusev a feud instead of just leaving him in the mid-card. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about Rusev. I know with Survivor Series coming up, he could be part of the Survivor Series match, which I don't think he will. I'm not sure who the guys are. I know it's Kevin Owens, Jericho, Roman. I think it's Braun Strowman at the minute. I'm going to take a guess that the other person's going to be Seth. So it does kind of gut me with Rusev. It's the same thing as when he lost to Cena. Hopefully they get him in the feud with someone, but they're just kind of, he's kind of the person that people beat to get themselves over, and then he's just kind of left in he's the big guy, the big athletic guy, and he's kind of just left to kind of wonder. The next match was Dana Brooke versus Bayley. These matches that were in between the cell matches, I really did see them as filler matches because nothing really went on. I put a nice little match with Dana and Bayley. Didn't get Dana at first, but I feel she's really come along since her Raw debut. Yeah, when Dana was in NXT, I really didn't get the attraction with her. Since she's come into Raw and she does more promos and stuff like that, I do think she's come along quite a bit, and I think she should be feuding with Charlotte as Charlotte gets ready, in my eyes, for the match that she's got to have with Bayley at WrestleMania, with Bayley winning the title. I think it really should be Dana and Charlotte feuding at the minute, but yeah, I'm enjoying that. It was a nice match. Bayley won it in the end, but nothing special. Then it was Big Kaz and Enzo versus Carl Anderson and Gallows. I put in the tweet, I put good filler match between Enzo, Cass, Anderson, Gallows. Until New Day had done these teams are just going to float. I do feel that until the New Day thing's gone, who's going to take the tag team titles off him? Nobody. So these tag teams that were on Raw that kind of stuck with just feuding with each other and not really going anywhere really. Yeah, after that it was the next Hell in a Cell match. It was Kevin Owens, Rollins. I'd say this. I read that people said that they thought this was the best Hell in a Cell match on the card. Me personally, I didn't think it was. I put Owens, Rollins personally. I don't think their matches should last so long, in my opinion. But when they get rolling, the matches are quality. Yeah, with Clash of Champions and this match, I just feel like there's bits of the match where they're just nothing's really going on. If you know what I mean, there's no real storytelling. It's just hitting each other with moves. Nothing's really going on. Certainly, like, there was the table spot that was really good. A few other spots are really good, but nothing that was, apart from the table spot, that was unique. I didn't like the fact that I know you had to get Jericho involved in the match, but it just kind of takes away the point of the cage, really. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that Hell in a Cell match more than Roman and Rusev, but I still think it had its faults. Then you had TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick. This match suffered for the fact the fans were kind of exhausted out of Owens and Rollins because they were shouting "This is awesome" with Owens and Rollins. I didn't think it was awesome. I didn't think it was the best match of the card, but TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendrick, I thought it was a really good match. Me personally, I think the Cruiserweight division will be so much better on SmackDown, where SmackDown isn't just run by so many massive names. I think it could be a really good addition to SmackDown and could improve it. On Raw, it's just kind of lost in the BS of Raw. The next match was New Day versus Cesaro and Sheamus. I put this as the best non-Hell in a Cell match of the night. I think it was. It was fast-paced and hard-hitting, I'd put on Twitter. And yeah, it was a really, really good match. The last two pay-per-view matches with the New Day, and I have never been a massive fan of the New Day, but the last two pay-per-view matches I've found entertaining and have gone pretty well. I think this Budios and the cereal thing, and it's just the same schnick, if you know what I mean. But I feel sorry for them because I just don't know how they're going to get out of it. Like, where do you go next with it? Unless you come up with any other phrases, I just don't know where to go. With Zoe and Sheamus, you know what's going to happen. They'll end up respecting each other and probably making a team out of it. I don't know. Yeah, the next match was Charlotte and Sasha Banks. Whatever I felt about that match, I didn't. As much as I thought that match shouldn't be the main event, it was a history-making moment, and it was kind of cool to see these two ladies were main event in a pay-per-view. Never been done before with the ladies, and it was a history-making moment. They did a spot at the start of the match where Charlotte attacked Sasha and they ended up outside the cage, which was kind of unique. But it reminded, I think they went with the Undertaker Mankind storyline with, obviously, Undertaker and Mankind wasn't meant to go the way it did on the first occasion when they had their Hell in a Cell match. But I think they went for that storyline, that taking the person out at the start of the match and the person coming back going, no, I ain't going out that way. That was the kind of storyline that was told. There was a few good spots in it. I liked there was a bit with Sasha where she bounced off the cage and come back with a double knee. I just thought that was so unique. It was so unique and so like perfectly hit. You know what I mean? Not many ladies in WWE are going to do that, and these two are just above and beyond. Like, it really is. Those four women, Becky, Bayley, Sasha and Charlotte, are just so above and beyond the rest of the women's wrestling in WWE. Exxon, I'd say, is there. I felt sorry for them at the end. It was a good match, but the ending was pretty awful. Not awful, it wasn't their fault. They had a table on the outside that collapsed, that shouldn't have collapsed. And then in the ring, they needed a table to collapse, and it didn't collapse. And they just couldn't keep. I think Charlotte was trying so many times to throw Sasha through that table, and she just couldn't do it because the table wouldn't collapse. But yeah, I felt sorry for them at the end. Up until that bit, I thought it was a brilliant match, but because of the botched table spots, the crowd kind of went flat, and it just kind of took away from it. But it was a nice historic moment. Me personally I think that they should have had a one-on-one singles match, wrestling match, because that's what they've been so perfect with, instead of having this Hell in a Cell match, which they would have had to thought through. And like, if they would have main evented that pay-per-view with the wrestling match, they would have stole the show. But, you know, I hate the book out. I hate Vince McMahon. But yeah, all around I thought it was a good pay-per-view. I'll probably go with Charlotte and Sasha as my favourite match, because, yeah, I'll go with it as the favourite match. As much as the ending was kind of botched, I would have gone with that as my favourite match. And New Day and Cesaro and Sheamus as my favourite non-Hell in a Cell match. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good pay-per-view. I think they're beating SmackDown by a mile Raw, which is expected. Vince is going to put all his heart into Raw. Survivor Series is the next pay-per-view. I think that's in a couple of weeks. I'll give my predictions on that. Tomorrow, I went to the charity shops today. I got quite a few bits and bobs. Where there's a lot of money in it. I'm going to go through it tomorrow day. And then I think that's my video tomorrow, which is going to be going through my charity shop haul. I'm really doing myself in by not get in, sleep. I should go to bed, but I think I'm going to stay up for a little bit and then go to bed. So I'll probably still be rough tomorrow. My own fault. But for now, I'll see you tomorrow with my charity shop haul. Peace out. See you later.